Whenever we're trying to determine whether or not something's a function, we have to look at the vertical line test. Our vertical line test is what we use when we have graphs. So if instead of having points or having equations, we have graphs, what we use is the vertical line test. And for the vertical line test, we're going to do what its name says, and we're going to draw a vertical line. When I draw the vertical line, if it passes the graph one time and one time only, we get a function. If it passes the graph more than one time, it's not a function. Now I have to think of every possible vertical line, and I have to look for the one that's going to give me more than one to know whether or not I have a function. If on one of them it works, one possible vertical line it works, that's not enough. It has to work on all of them. So let's go ahead and take care of these examples. So on that first one, we have a slanted line. So it's a linear equation. My vertical line is a line that goes up and down. And so when I draw the line up and down, no matter where I draw that line, my lines are a little crooked now, but imagine they're nice and straight. No matter where I draw that line, it's crossing that slanted line, that's my graph, only one time. So it's a function. That means when I know my x, I know exactly where to go to. When I have my x, I know exactly where to go to for my y. When we have the linear equations where we can put them in slope-intercept form, they're all going to end up being a function. On number 58, we have a line. But if we remember stuff about graphing lines, that's not one we would have been able to put in that slope-intercept form. It's a vertical line. And so, everywhere on that little booger, it's going to cross. So I definitely have touches in more than one spot, so it's not a function. On that third example, when I start thinking about my vertical lines, no matter where I draw them, well, almost all spots I draw my vertical lines, it's going to hit that graph twice. So on that vertical line, it hit the graph twice. Didn't do it one time only, so it's not a function. And on our last example, when I draw my vertical line all the way on the far right of that graph, where I have my x-axis, it's going to cross the graph one time. But anywhere else I draw the graph, it's going to cross twice. And so again, it's not whether or not we can draw a vertical line where it hits one time. It's whether or not you can draw a vertical line where it doesn't. And I was able to draw a vertical line where it does not hit one time and one time only. It hits more than one time. So therefore, this is not a function. And that's how we use the vertical line test. We try to imagine if we can find a vertical line that's going to hit our graph more than one time. If we're able to find that, then we don't have a function. If we can't find it, then we do have a function. And that's our vertical line test.